This week we are pulling meals out of my pantry. I have 5 delicious meals that I am bringing to you. I am pulling things out of my pantry, using up my staples. All of them are low calorie, and if you're following Weight Watchers, low points. My first meal is a slow cooker meal. It's by Skinny Taste, and it is chicken enchilada soup. In the pantry, I need tomato sauce. I'm looking for a can of chicken broth, black beans. Both of these, I need chipotle peppers and chicken broth, an onion, petite diced tomatoes, a little bit of olive oil. Getting in the spice cabinet, I need ground cumin, and I need oregano. I'm gonna use minced garlic, chicken. I'm gonna use skinless, boneless chicken breast. And I need frozen corn. In my crock pot, I have sprayed it with cooking spray, and I have added about a half of an onion and 3 garlic cloves, which is about 3 teaspoons of minced garlic. Now, if you want to, you can saute these together first, but I'm not going to. I'm going to treat this as like a dump and go kind of a soup. 3 cups of chicken broth. I only had 1 can of chicken broth, which is 2 cups, so I added a cup of water with some chicken bouillon. 1 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. I have added 1 to 2 teaspoons of chopped adobo peppers right in there. And I also added about a 1/4 cup of chopped cilantro. Now I'm adding 2 cups of corn kernels, a can of rinsed and drained black beans, a can of petite diced tomatoes, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, a 1/2 teaspoon of oregano. I'm gonna mix this all together really quickly, and then I'm gonna nestle in my boneless, skinless chicken breast, and this is gonna cook on low. Oh, let me tell you what, if you make this, your house is gonna smell fantastic. Our house smells so, so good. So I got about a little over an hour left on this, and my chicken is done. But I am going to take my little tool here, and I'm gonna break up that chicken and get it shredded right in the crock pot. And then I'm gonna put the cover back on and let it keep on cooking and doing its thing. This is gonna be so good. So this is the soup, and with toppings like sour cream, avocado, cheese, and more cilantro if you want to. 1.5 cups comes to 368 calories or 7 points. That's quite a bit of soup. Tonight I am going to be making turkey smoked sausage, which I completely forgot to thaw out. I have 2 of them. I'm putting them in my refrigerator right now. So hopefully they'll be thawed out by tonight because it is about 2:30 in the afternoon, so I am prepping our dinner for tonight. And I have a bunch of peppers. I am gonna cut these up, and I'm grabbing an onion. I'm gonna chop this, put these in bags, put them in my refrigerator, and then tonight for dinner I will just be able to put everything in a pan, cook it up. It is going to be so super good and low cal and low point. In my pantry, I am going to get a gallon-sized storage bag. I might need 2 of these, but I'm just gonna do 1 for right now. And then this will hold the peppers and onions. All right, I chopped everything up. It fit in 1 gallon-sized bag. Yay, yay, yay. I didn't have to do 2, so I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator, and all that prep work is done for tonight's dinner. Oh, that's gonna make it a lot easier to make dinner tonight. It makes me happy. It is almost 5:30, and we were rushing around really super fast because we were showing the house tonight, and we were out driving around, and 5 minutes before the original time that the people were supposed to be here to look at the house, they canceled. We're like, what? What the heck? But our house is super clean now. We're actually keeping it clean, but you know how you have to go around and just pick up all the stuff just from, you know, living in a home. But anyway.
Shopping with a ton of toys.
Oh, I know, because Cooper has lots of toys. He gets upset when we pick up the toys. The turkey sausage is just a little bit frozen still, but we got this big old beast out, and we are cooking everything right in the electric skillet. I'm gonna put the cover on this and kind of let it just steam through a little bit and soften up there. In the pantry, I'm grabbing a side. This is such a mess. Just please ignore this mess. I am going to have these buttery homestyle mashed potatoes. I've had these for a while. Sausage is thawing out very nicely. So I'm gonna go ahead and add all those peppers and onions I chopped up earlier. And then that's gonna help this sausage, whoop, there went an onion. Did you see it? It totally jumped out of the pan. But that's gonna help the sausage pick up the flavor of the peppers and onions. This is one of our favorite meals. We look very forward to this. I have to tell you something. Don't tell Jason. He's like standing right here. He's like, what? He froze.
I thought you were talking to me.
Okay, for years, I have been saying to Jason, you need to try this turkey sausage. It's by, what'd you say it's Acreage?
Hillshire Farm.
Hillshire Farm smoked turkey sausage. And he was like, nah, I'm good. And I'm like, come on. He's like, no. I'm like, it's really good. Tim even likes it. And he's like, no, I'm good. Okay. So the one day he tried it and he loved it. He likes it so much that now I can just cook with the sausage. I don't have to make his separately. What was that? You like it.
I do. It's good.
So that's a win for me. This only takes 2 cups of water. Bring it up to a boil, which I have done. I'm gonna slide this off because goodness gracious, when you add the potatoes to this, it actually will like spatter. So I always pull it off the heat and let it simmer down for a little bit before I add the potatoes. So that's all there is to these. I love these things. They're great to have on hand. I try to keep them in my pantry because for a very quick side, they're perfect. And if you're following Weight Watchers, I believe a half a cup is, I think it's 4 points, I think, is what it is. So it's not too bad for a side. I lied. It is a 4th cup for 4 points for the potatoes. A 4th cup doesn't sound like a lot, but it really is once you measure it out. Yes, and you can go by grams if you don't want to do cups. That might help too. So this is my plate. I have some potatoes, the sausage, and peppers and onions. It looks so good. Yesterday I was feeling a little under the weather, so I didn't get in front of the camera. Today I'm feeling a little better. Still kind of stuffy, just feeling yucky, but I still cooked yesterday, so kudos to me. And I made a really super good meal that I found in the Pioneer Woman magazine for December. It's a sheet pan apricot glazed chicken with carrots and cauliflower. It's so full of flavor. Let me show you how I put this together. In a bowl, I am mixing together quite a bit of seasonings. So I have 1½ teaspoons of cumin, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, half a teaspoon of turmeric, half a teaspoon of coriander. Nope, correction. 1 teaspoon of turmeric, so I'm gonna add another half teaspoon. Half a teaspoon of ground ginger, a 4th teaspoon of cayenne pepper, in a gallon-sized bag, or you can do this in a bowl. I have 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper. I have 3 chicken breasts, and I am just kind of getting these coated. Then I'm going to take 3 teaspoons of the spices. I'm going to put that in here and mix it up really well too. In a separate bag, I have a head of cauliflower that I've chopped up, 1 16-ounce bag of baby carrots, a tablespoon of olive oil, and a teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to pour the rest of the spice mixture into the carrots and cauliflower. I'm going to mix these up really well and put everything on a baking sheet. I totally forgot to add these olives, so I'm not very familiar with these, but if you are, this is the brand and the kind. They're pitted. So I am supposed to have a cup of olives in with the cauliflower and carrots, but I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of put them in the pan, mix them up a little bit, and they'll be fine. They'll all bake together. At my oven on 425, everything is going in for 30 minutes. I actually have my chicken in already, kind of cooking a little bit because the pieces are bigger. In a bowl, I have a half a cup of apricot jam. I'm gonna put that in here, along with 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. I am actually supposed to be using a real lemon, so you do the juice from half of a lemon and then also some of the lemon peel, but I'm just using the bottled stuff. I'm gonna put this in the microwave and warm it up until it is melted. So what I did was I just put this in the microwave and I did probably about 3 or 4 20-second intervals and just kept stirring, and it's nice and melted and waiting to go on the chicken. So what I did was I brought the chicken out, I flipped it over, Put the jelly seasoning on the one side, flipped it back over, did the same thing. I'm gonna put it back in the oven for about 5 to 10 minutes because the chicken is cooked all the way through. While the chicken is cooking and setting up in the oven, the vegetables are done. So we're just gonna set these out for a few minutes because it's not gonna take the chicken too much longer. All right, this is piping hot, fresh out of the oven. So this is what the chicken looks like, the vegetables. I think this is gonna be a really good meal. You can serve this over couscous. I'm sure rice would be good too, but we're just gonna have ours like this. Justin did not eat this. It's not something he would like, but me, Jason, and Timothy did, and Jason and Timothy said, hands down, it is one of the best recipes. They loved it. Okay, for me, I loved it, except it was a little too spicy. There was a lot of spice going on in there. So next time I make it, which Jason's already asking for me to make it next week, I am going to just cut back on the spices for me a little bit, just so that it's not so warm. But Jay and Tim said, nope, leave it as is. It was perfect. So yeah, that's a keeper. Tonight's meal is something that I have made before. It is easy. It's one of my guys' favorite dinners, and it is a spicy chicken sandwich. It is Friday for us, so it is a perfect meal for a Friday. I'm gonna run you through this really quickly so that you can make this too. For our chicken sandwiches, we always take 4 boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and then Jason cuts them really thin and cuts them into about 3 pieces, I think, each breast. My guys love at least 2 sandwiches out of this. So that part of the chicken cutting and everything is done for me. I'm gonna set this aside. We gotta dig some stuff out of the fridge and pantry. In my refrigerator, I have some Frank's Red Hot buffalo sauce. I have a little bit in this bottle, and then I have another bottle that's back here. I'm gonna get that one out too. In my pantry, I have the Shake and Bake Extra Crispy, so I'm gonna use this. And for seasonings, it's a very simple seasoning. It's just a little bit of salt. To cook the chicken, I just go by what's on the Shake and Bake box. It says that I need to preheat my oven to 400. Do that right now. And this will only take about 20 minutes. Well, they did not give me a bag in the Shake and Bake box, and there's always a bag in there, or 2 of them because it's 2 packs. They didn't have a bag in there. So I'm gonna just use a gallon size freezer bag. It's more durable than a regular gallon size bag. And honestly, I'm out of gallon size bags. I have to locate them. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm laying my chicken out just a few at a time. I'm gonna put salt on both sides. Dip it in the buffalo wing sauce that I have right here in a bowl, and then I'm going to put it in the bag of Shake and Bake, shake it up, get it coated, and place it on a baking sheet. Nope, change of plans. I just remembered. I do not put the Shake and Bake in a bag. I end up putting it in another bowl, like the buffalo wing sauce. It's a lot easier to coat the chicken that way. Yeah, so note to self. It's been a while since I've made it. Okay, I'm gonna set one pan out, and I'm gonna check the temperature on this chicken really quickly to see if it's done. It is done, so I'm gonna set the other pan up, and then we eat these on hamburger buns. If you wanted to, you could put a little bit of blue cheese on your bun. You could put cheese. I'm gonna use lettuce. I don't know if I'm gonna use any sauce, just some lettuce, and then I'm gonna put one of the chicken patties on mine, and that's how I'm gonna have mine tonight. Look at you. How cute are you? Seriously. Today's dinner is super flavorful and delicious, and I have made this on my channel before, but it's just so good. Justin keeps asking for it. So this is a chicken marinade. It's really simple to put together. Let me show you how it's done. I need zesty Italian dressing, which I have in my refrigerator, some lime juice, and in my pantry I need honey, which I'm getting low on this one, and I got a brand new one, so I'm just gonna take this with me. This marinade is the simplest thing ever, and it is absolutely delicious. So all I need is 1 cup of the zesty Italian, 2 tablespoons each of the lime juice and the honey. I think I'm pretty smart here. I put this bag in a bowl and it held it up perfectly while I added the salad dressing and honey and lime juice. So I have 4 skinless, boneless chicken breasts. You can do this with thighs, pork if you want. I mean, seriously, just go wild. I'm gonna put this in my refrigerator and let it marinate for the day. For a side, I am going to have some nope, I thought it was savory herb. It's traditional sage stovetop stuffing, and I also have some green beans. They have a big old bag we're working through in my freezer, so I filled up this bowl full of them. I'm gonna put them in the microwave and get them heated up. I'm gonna bake the chicken tonight, and I have my oven is all set and ready for me to go on 425. I have grilled this chicken too, and I honestly thought about it, and then I mentioned it to Jason. I was like, ooh, wouldn't it be good grilled? I'll grill it, knowing, I mean, he knows that I'm not going to be grilling it. He just knows me. And he's like, oh, I think it's a little too cold for you to be grilling. I'm like, oh, because you know you're gonna be doing it? And he's like, yeah. So in the oven it goes, and I'm gonna start these sides. My stovetop is on the back of the stove. Put the cover on it, put on the warmer. Fun fact about me with stovetop, I never liked stovetop. I never liked it. My sister Cassie absolutely loved it, and then when I met Jason, he likes it a lot. Like, I like homemade stuffing, but it's just, I don't know, I'm not a huge stuffing person. But as I've gotten older, stovetop has become one of my favorite side dishes because it's so flavorful, I think, and it pairs easily with a ton of different meals, but I really like it with pork chops. Oof, that's like my favorite. Even if you take stovetop and stuff it between pork chops and bake them in the oven, that is so good. But anyway, yeah, I thought I'd just share that little tidbit with ya. Was never crazy about it. Now I like it. All right, this is what dinner looks like tonight. We have the chicken, the dressing, and then some green beans. I have some spray butter on there and salt and pepper. Oh, doesn't that just look yummy? All the recipes are linked below. Don't stop watching now. Here are 2 more videos for you to enjoy. Keep hanging out with me. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon.